What's up, my people? I know this is a baseball show, but football is back, and it was marvelous, and that was just week 1. And if you're like me, you like to sprinkle a little something on these games. And there's no better place to get in on all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. They have an awesome promotion here. You bet $1 on your favorite team. If you're a new user, that $1, if you win that bet, turns into $100. That's right, you can place a $1 bet on any team, and if that team wins, you cash a cool Benji. How could you pass that up? You can't. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Jomboy when you sign up to get this can't-miss offer. Pick any team during week 2, bet $1 on them, and win $100 if they win. That's $1 to win $100 when you use promo code Jomboy during sign-up. For a limited time only, at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sequence. I'm your host, Trevor Plouffe, and today we have another very special episode brought to you by DraftKings. Now, I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. I wasn't really sure how to do it, but this morning I woke up and said, let's just wing it. Let's just do it. The people need to see this video, need to hear about this guy. The guy I'm talking about, 5'8", 180, more like 200 if you really see him. We're talking about the beloved Kirby Puckett. Now, all my Twins fans, obviously you know who this guy is, but what I think is really cool is he's one of the guys who, even if you're a casual fan of baseball and not a Twins fan, you know who Kirby Puckett is. And a lot of times when you go back and you're talking about players in the 80s and 90s, especially with younger people, they don't remember all the names. And as I was going and looking at the game we're going to cover here, I didn't know a lot of names. I play baseball for a living, and I didn't know a lot of names. But you know Kirby Puckett. He just had that personality. Everyone knew him. Everyone wanted to be around him. And as I was going through the stories about this guy, they're never ending. Now, we can talk about his baseball statistics. 10-time All-Star, 6-time Gold Glove, 2 World Series championships in 87 and 91. Hall of Famer in 2001. This guy was an absolute stud. He's one of the fastest guys to ever get 1,000 hits, one of the fastest guys to ever get 2,000 hits. And unfortunately, as many people know, his playing career ended shortly due to vision loss in one of his eyes. He couldn't see anymore. You can't play baseball if you can't see. Ultimately, Kirby died in 2006 of a brain hemorrhage, so his life was cut short as well. But his legend lives on, especially in Minnesota. You guys know, obviously I spent a lot of time there from day one when I got drafted in 2004. The stories about Kirby were never ending. And the Twins do a really good job of bringing a lot of people back. You know, Ken Herbeck, Jack Morris, Burt Blylev, Antonio Oliva, Rod Crew, you name Harmon Killebrew, you name them. They're always back. And they always, when you talk about Kirby, they light up. Before we get into the play and the at-bat that I want to go over, some of the funny stories that I've researched and seen about Kirby, I'm going to give them to you right now. Do you guys know Don Mattingly? His nickname, Donnie Baseball, very famous. Do you know who gave him that nickname? Kirby. Mattingly said Kirby was just one of those guys. He just talked all the time. He just was saying baseball, baseball, Donnie Baseball, 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 Donnie Baseball. And apparently it just stuck. And Donnie said, hey, could you call me worse things? So thanks, Kirby. I thought that was really funny. I never would have known that. Another one, Bob Costas. Everybody knows who Bob Costas is. He said one day he was having lunch with Kirby, and he was sitting there with Bob's pregnant wife. And Kirby says, what are you going to name your child? Do you know if it's going to be a boy or a girl? And they said, oh, we don't know. We don't really have a name picked out. And Kirby goes, why not Kirby? That's good for a boy or a girl. And they kind of laughed, and Bob said, you know what? When this baby is born, if you're hitting over 350, I'll name him Kirby. Bob probably thought it was a joke. 350 is crazy. Well, turns out Kirby was on that year. Bob's wife gives birth to their son. Kirby's hitting 372. So Bob is like, babe, we got to name our son Kirby. And, you know, wives was like, no. Let's pump the brakes here. I want to name him Keith. But Bob, being a man of his word, ended up giving his son Kirby as a middle name. So Kirby is just one of those guys. He's infectious. He lit up a room every time he walked in it. This particular play I want to go over comes from Game 6 of the 1991 World Series. There's been many articles written about greatest World Series of all time. This is always ranked as, 1 or 2. This game in particular, always ranked as 1 or 2. It's one of the best games you're ever going to see. And Kirby single-handedly won the game for the Twins. Not only did he do it with the bat this game, he did it defensively. I want to go into that defensive play because I think everybody knows this play too. It's one of those things like you just know Kirby. So let me get it up right here. Here's the defense play we're talking about. Scott Erickson on the mound. Who's on first base? Terry Pendleton's on first base and Ron Gant is up. Watch this. Ron Gant sends one deep. Look at Kirby go. Look at Kirby go. Times it perfectly. Boom. Off the plexiglass and watch the throw. He almost gets Gant at first. Or Pendleton at first. Pendleton with the double ear flap helmet. Watch this. Just watch their reactions. He's like, man, what? I should have been scoring right there. Instead, Kirby takes an out away, keeps him at first base. The Metrodome's going crazy. Gant kind of leans back on this ball. He knows he hits it well. Watch this. Kirby times up. Watch how high he gets. He's 5'8". Remember that. Boom. That's incredible. Gant can't believe it. Saves a run there, possibly more. And, one of the famous quotes about this game is Kirby before the game. Everyone knows he said, guys, jump on my back. I'm driving the bus tonight. I'm going to win this game. Well, Ken Herbeck said Kirby always said that. So the legend's a little overblown with that statement, but that was something Kirby always said. He believed in himself. He's one of those confident guys, and it showed right there. But great play. Love it. I want to go to the at-bat. I saw some cool things in the at-bat, and I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys. So I got it queued up right here. Okay, here's Kirby up right now. Now we got Charlie Lee Brandt, and something I thought was cool about this, I guess I'll just play it. Something I thought was cool about this is I played with his son, Brandon Lee Brandt. Didn't know who the pitcher was in this at-bat, but found that out. So there he is. Charlie had a great career, known for his circle changeup. We're going to see it come back later in that bat. Strike one to Kirby right there with the circle change on the first pitch. Now Kirby's in there, known as a free swinger. Gets one up and in. Now it's 1-1. Now, if you know what a circle change is, I got to stop it here because they're going to show this too. Circle change is exactly what it sounds like. You grip the ball with a circle pattern, just like that. And if you could see, you'd kind of choke the ball and you have your whole hand covering the ball. Looks a lot different than when you have a fastball and you're seeing a lot more white. Okay. Circle change, a lot of hand. Fastball, your thumb's underneath, fingers on top, a lot more white. Check this out right here. They're going to show it on the broadcast. Lee Brandt goes behind the back with the ball, and you can kind of see his grip. Now, I don't know if Kirby saw that or not, but when I was watching the game, I was like, man, maybe you can see it. Watch right there. He goes behind the back. Now, it's another changeup. So now he's gone changeup, fastball, changeup. I think right here they're going to show the grip. I'm going to try to pause it right on it. Boop. You can see that from the batter's box. It's hard to go from that vantage point up to his arm action, but you can do it. Now, am I saying Kirby did that? I don't really know because he was still out in front of this next pitch, and it was elevated. But that's something that, nowadays we definitely look for stuff like that. I don't know if they did that or not back in 1991, but I thought it was cool they showed that. And you can really see him choking off the ball right there. And just imagine his thumb under it and his fingers on top. You'll be able to see a lot more white. Anyways, now the count's 2-1. You see Lee Brandt, that's got nasty movement to it. He kind of cut that one a little bit. Kirby's now looking for that pitch, gets it up, drives it, and the rest is history. The legendary call, there's two. There's John Gordon, Jack Buck. Jack Buck says, and we'll see you tomorrow night. John Gordon says, touch them all, Kirby Puckett, and the place is going wild. It forces a Game 7 in the World Series. This guy could do it all. He's got the Metrodome in a frenzy. There's Dan Gladden. I'm seriously getting chills watching that. What a feeling to be able to do that in front of your home crowd. The Metrodome, the players on the team said that it sounded like a jet engine taking off. That place got super loud, and Kirby does it just like he did his whole career. Now he forced a Game 7. Game 7 was really wild. That's the Jack Morris game. Go check that out if you haven't. But I wanted to shine some light on Kirby, show the catch, show the home run. I know a lot of Twins fans already know a lot about this, but it's fun to go back and revisit it. He's such a legend. That's the episode today. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be back next week with a really special guest. Have a good weekend.